Hey guys, it's Lord of the Swarm back. I'm posting up my first army list. I just got a collection of models here that I'm going to be using. Well, I say going to. This is a tentative list I'm messing around with for a tournament we have coming up on the 21st at my shop. It's going to be 750 points. So I put together something that I was hoping would be decently competitive, but trying to include units that are fun too. And I realized that, I've got Gaunts and a Turbogon and the Hive Guard. But I definitely spent a large, significant portion of my points on this half of the army. Because it's like half and then the other half. So hopefully these guys over here will kind of bring some fun. And then again, I don't think that this is too hard to manage if you're the person, whoever eventually is going to be playing against this. So anyway, I'll go over the choices here real quick. I guess we'll start off with troops because this is obviously the easiest side to kind of get a grasp on. So I've got the 10 Gaunts, 50 points, and I've got 3 Hive Guard there, and I'm going to run them individually so that way people have to shoot each wound off of them instead of doing 2 wounds and killing off a model. They have to shoot each one, and then there's the potential that they do 3 wounds to one guy instead of doing 3 wounds to 2 different guys if they're on individual units. So that's always good. For kill points, again, once the missions come up, we'll see if kill points are going to be that big of a deal. But you know what? I think I'm just going to have to lose the kill point mission because, okay, the Gaunts and then the 3 different guys, and then, this guy's going to be making other stuff, and I've got these guys over here. So there's a lot of kill points in this list. So maybe I'll just group them all 3 together, and that way I'll definitely kill whatever I shoot at. And I've got the Turbogon in the back. He doesn't have poison or adrenal glands. So I just didn't have enough room in the list. So he's just going to have Catalyst because I need to feel no pain. This unit over here. Oh, he's a troop choice, by the way. So troops, 3 elites. Alright, I've got Shrikes. They're the fast attack troops. They're only 5 more points than Warriors. They have 1 less save, but with terrain I can kind of get around that with cover saves. So I figure, hey, why not? If you go through and really look at the Tyranid Codex, you see that Tyranid Shrikes are not just warriors with wings, because a lot of things that apply to warriors are different, and I would say better than what they are for Shrikes, because I'm going to be using 2 Tyranid primes here, or they're the HQ warrior type HQ choice for the Tyranids to go with them. And a lot of their rules say, like, the brood of warriors that they're with get their weapon skill, ballistic skill, which is great if you're running them with warriors. Shrikes are not Tyranid warriors. So as far as how I'm reading that is that they don't get weapon skill 6 and ballistic skill 4, which doesn't matter because Tyranid Shrikes can't take Devourers and Lash Whip Bone Sword. You have to give up your Devourer for Lash Whip Bone Sword instead of for Warriors. You can give up your Devourer for Lash Whip Bone Swords, but then give up your you give up your Scything Talons for Lash Whip Bone Swords, but then you can give up your Devourer for Scything Talons again, so you can kind of get whatever you want. Whereas the Shrikes, you have to take. You can't take Devourers and Lash Whip Bone Swords, because that would be kind of cool to have 5 guys with Devourers. They're strength 5, so that'd be. And then again, if they can defeat Ballistic Skill 4, it'd be 15 Ballistic Skill 4, strength 5, AP 5 shots. That'd be pretty sweet. But nope, can't do that. So here's how I'm going to run the unit, because these guys are pretty sweet, I think, because Tyranids don't get a lot of. Well, actually, they get a lot of jump infantry, but very few with poison power weapons. Oh yeah, these guys have Toxin Sacks as well. The primes have Lash Whip Bone Sword, Toxin Sacks, and Scything Talons. So the way that this unit works is that either I'll screen everybody with the Gaunts and try to get cover saves on the Turbogon behind these Hive Guard, because if you look, depending on where you're looking from, you could potentially, I don't know, I guess it'd be kind of hard, but if you're not, yeah, I don't know, you'd have to do something crazy like that. Or you could fly the Shrikes in front of them, and then that way they would get a little bit better cover save potential. Run a prime here. Let's see, you just stand here and he's like a freaking cheerleader or something. You can't see the guy behind me because I'm holding this thing up. So, I don't know. So somehow I'm going to have to give that guy cover saves. But, yeah, so I put these guys in here. I realize that makes the unit majority toughness 4, but as soon as a strike dies, then their unit is majority toughness 5, which is pretty sweet. So anyway, so imagine them advancing up the field 6 inches, because these guys aren't jump infantry. 6 inches a turn, getting cover saves from the gaunts or trees or whatever is in the way. And every time a missile comes in, I have 2 primes in there to take the missile hits. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can give them regen, because if I have, like, this guy takes a missile, this guy takes a missile. Like, as the game goes on, they could potentially regen those wounds, plus the feel no pain from the Turbogon. So, because they get feel no pain against missiles, because not double their toughness, or AP2. So, it'd be cover save, regen, and then you could, feel no pain, and then as you're walking around the rest of the game trying to roll those 6s to get the wounds back, which would be pretty slick, because then it's like 6 wounds, which is like 12 wounds with feel no pain, and then 24 wounds with cover against missiles before you actually even lose anybody. And then these guys could, on 6s, get those wounds back, and it just makes them again and again and again. So then you get to that kind of golden area, because these guys are jump infantry, so they can jump over terrain, they can jump into terrain. They get, of course, they take wounds if they fail, but they're not slowed down at all. And so you're marching them along like this. They would probably be in the front, so that way they're in the prime jump away position. And then in the movement phase, have these guys like move over. Maybe they'd be like this. Move over and join one of the Hive Guard units, so that way they can, preferably they'd each join their own individual Hive Guard, so then they could be majority toughness 6, or the Gaunts or something else. Basically, you're just freeing up these guys to jump out and across. And that would be like if I'm playing against Space Wolves and they have like long fangs, I can jump across real far and hit them. Because if you move up 6 and then run D6, pretty soon you're going to be within that 12-inch jump and then 6-inch charge of whatever's shooting at you from across the table. So if they can survive about 2 turns maybe of long fang fire, they could mess them up pretty good. Against maybe more of an assault army, because that's what I'm thinking. People are either going to be running a lot of long fangs because there's a couple Space Wolf players, or Devastators or something like that of some sort. Or a lot of people in my store like to run really aggressive lists, because people in my store like to have fun, so they'll have like the Knob Bikers or all kinds of crazy lists. Thunderwolf Cavalry, that's kind of a popular thing too. So I'm expecting to see stuff like that more than like a Razor Spam army. So you hold these guys back in reserves somehow, and I'm not saying like in reserves, but have your Gaunts spread out like this. Have them take a hit from some unit, say like some long fangs charge in and just completely wipe these guys out, because that's what usually happens. Well, now they're isolated by themselves, so these guys can come in and really just wipe out that whatever unit that was that came into assault. So they kind of pile in and take care of that. So yeah, I mean, the list that I was really worried about were things like long fangs or Knob Bikers, Mephiston. When I say long fangs, I mean Thunderwolf Cav. Thunderwolf Cav, Knob Bikers, Mephiston. There's probably going to be a couple of Mephistons running around. There's a Chaos player, so I can imagine like, all sorts of crazy things coming out. So I wanted something that like a strong assault element, and these guys definitely are it, because if you run the math, they're hitting on 3s against most everything because weapon skill 5 or 6. And then rerolling 1s because of Scything Talons. And then when they start to wound, they have poison, strength 4 and 5 respectively, so they get to reroll. And then they're power weapons that potentially could cause instant death. So it's kind of cool. Kind of a cool combo. Oh, and they make you strike at initiative 1, so it kind of kills off like, oh, I'm Mephiston, I have initiative 6. Haha, nope, initiative 1. So, and then it makes Grey Knights not initiative 6 too, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so that's my list. That's my idea. So let me know what you guys think. So yeah, just type in the comments maybe if you guys think I should change anything, because I'm probably going to try to tweak this around, maybe get in some practice game, because 750, you can play multiple games with that. If you and a buddy who know the rules pretty well, you can play a couple games of that every in the time it would take to play a single 2,000 point game. So yeah, I'll definitely be testing this out. I'll let you guys know how it goes. All right, hit me up. Bye.